Today we're talking about some of the drastic issues going on with the post office and what you should be doing about it right now. Hey, it's Don. Today I wanted to talk about post office issues, shipping and fulfillment part of your business. Now, I've been getting a lot of posts, comments, and things from people who are just quitting doing eBay right now. They're shutting down their stores and all sorts of things because of these delays. Now, from my point of view, this is a full-time business for me. This is what I want to do. This is totally what I am invested in. So I would never, in my wildest dreams, think about shutting down my business over something like this. We're addressing all the issues, we're digging into it ahead of time, and we're trying to alleviate any possibilities of issues. Now let's look at this first from eBay's side. Now I get a lot of people saying that eBay isn't backing them up. Now from what I see, and I've just read today, eBay has extended that loss time. For as far back as I can remember, eBay has a 10-day gap lost time for a lost package. So if a package hasn't been scanned at all, there's no movement on a package with eBay's standard policy for 10 days plus 1 minute, you can report it as lost as the buyer, which means you would have to refund somebody. As of right now, eBay has extended that to 20 days basically in the system. Now, that's a big plus because I haven't had any packages go over that time frame. So at least you've got some leeway. The other thing I should say is with feedback. I know people have been complaining they're getting feedback. You need to address that issue with eBay if it's tied to the length of time that it took a package to get there. The feedback that is left supposed to be for you specifically. If it is being left for something the post office did, you should be free and clear by everything I have seen and what eBay has done for us. As long as you've shipped it out within your stated time frame, you should be safe. As long as it hit the mail and your box was accepted, your package was accepted within that same time frame, 24 hours from the time you did it, you are safe. So as long as you can prove you have the tracking in there, which you should always have, the feedback that is left about the post office should not be left on your account. My challenge to eBay whenever I have an issue like that, it's very rare, but it has happened, is that the feedback is supposed to be about me. If it's about the post office, it's not accurate then because I can't control that. I have been able to successfully fight any of those sorts of things based on those aspects, based on that I shipped it correctly on time, it was delivered as well through the system. Now, if it's lost, that's a different story. If it never shows up, that's a different story. As long as it shows up, you should be safe. And when, let's say, it shows up after a person has reported it lost or whatever, eBay's closed the case and they still left you a negative feedback, as long as you can show that it was delivered, you should be able to get that off if the feedback was relations to it not showing up or being lost. So those are things that you can fight. So what can you do on the post office's side to alleviate these sorts of issues? Well, for one, I constantly check to see where my packages are. You can look at every single one as long as you shipped online or posted the tracking number in there to see where it's at. If I see any running late, I'll spend the extra time, I don't care how long it takes, to get notices sent out to those people to let them know before they realize it that their packages are running late. You need to be the one to catch it, and your problem will mostly be solved. Letting them know. I would also point out the fact that the post office has a big notice on the top of the page stating these issues, that there are some drastic delays and such forth like that. Let's hop over and look at that right now as well. So here we are on the main post office's page, and as you can see at the very top, there is a big red banner that says they are being delayed all across the board because of the pandemic. This is something I always point out to those folks who are worried or something, to let them know that it's not just their package, it's across the board. Usually send them a nice reassuring paragraph or so. I wrote up one, I used the same one to send out to everybody. It was a one-time few minutes to write it up. Now there's one more thing you can do to help alleviate some of your stress, as well as the folks who are waiting on their packages stress. Now, if you type in find missing mail, you'll get this page on the U.S. Post Office site. Now, I have an account, so it's real easy to save this and come right over to here anytime you want. You can create an account. There's a lot of things you can do with a post office account. I renew my post office boxes. I renew all of my stuff through here. Well, on this page, Find Missing Mail, there's 3 options. I know people will tell you start off at the top and work your way down. I have done the first 2 options. I don't know how many times, and not once in all of these times has it done a single thing for me. The first 2 options just went to my local post office. They're not the best. I'm constantly having issues with them. Not my personal mail lady who delivers, but the actual post office. The people running it are just not so great these days. So I totally ignore those 2. It doesn't get me any results. It just wastes my time. But if you go down just a hair more, the 3rd and bottom option right here will actually open up a case. And it goes to somebody else. This is something that they have to follow up. It goes through a whole system. And when you do that, it will send you a receipt. You will get an email with a case number and the whole works. And what I do once that shows up is I will copy that, take a screen grab, a snip or something, and include it in an email on eBay. So it's on eBay's site. So a buyer can see it and they'll know I took an extra step. I'm interested. I'm worried. I'm upset. I want to get that to them just as much as they do. That's the urgency and what you want to express to them. What you're looking for by doing this is just a little more time for that package to show up. You know it's in the system. I haven't had but 1 missing package disappear this entire year, and it was off of Amazon. It was a $12 item. I just refunded him. It's not worth anything to deal with it. I didn't have insurance. Who cares? Now, this usually works other than pandemics. If I have a package that's gone for a certain length of time, the minute I open this up, usually within 24 hours, it's moving, even if it hasn't for days before that. So this is an option that does work. So it's a bigger plus. So all you want now is to get some time. This will at least give you a good week's. You can express to them that it takes time for them to research this. So it could take a week, and you'll let them know if anything transpires from it. I would give them an update on day 5. Hopefully give them a couple more days at that point. Day 7, if they still haven't heard something, ask them if they wouldn't mind waiting a couple more days. This is going to be at least a saving grace to give you a little more time for that package to be delivered. Your customer will be happy. Once they see the package too, they're going to know you sent it out immediately. And I always stress that you sent it out immediately in the very first correspondence. And as I said, make sure that you are contacting them and checking on the tracking on these ahead of time before they are running late. If it stops moving for 4 or 5 days, let them know that it looks like it may be delayed. Hit them all up one by one if you have to. It may take some time, but it's going to save you a world of grief. It will also help you to not shut down your business. Any real-world business isn't going to shut down because of issues and delays and things like that. You find a way to work through it if this is what you want, if this is your full-time business. I would never shut down my revenue source at all. Again, I'm just working around it. I would never shut down my business. I would just work around it. But anyway, that's what I have right here. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts on the matter. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Calling. Over.
This is Billy. I hear you real clear over my Johnny 7 micro helmet. Over.
Get ready. Enemy approaching.
It's the amazing new Johnny 7 micro helmet phone set. The first helmet ever with a built-in phone. You get this walkie-talkie with 30 feet of wire. You send and receive messages.
Calling Donnie. I am ready to attack with Johnny 7 OMA, the one-man army.
It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1, it's a grenade launcher. 2, anti-armor gun. 3, anti-tank gun. 4, bullet-firing rifle. 5, Tommy gun. 6, anti-bunker gun. 7, cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7 OMA, one-man army, and get the micro helmet phone set. Micro helmet, micro helmet, micro helmet.